In the eyes of others, this is a box of milk, but in Breslin's eyes, this is the key to jailbreak. Unfold the milk carton. It has a thin layer of wax film. Tear off this film, wash it, and stick it quietly on the combination lock of the cell door when you go out. This way, when the prison guard enters the password, his fingers will be on the 4 buttons. Take fingerprints. Tear off the film again. Identify the 4 keys, and you can calculate 24 permutations and combinations. The next step is to try the password. But how to touch the password lock? Breslin squeezed toilet paper into small balls, squeezed toothpaste into them, and made many balls in this way. Then he wrapped them with a piece of paper, rubbed and squeezed them, and a big sticky ball was ready. When the prison guard helped him to remove the handcuffs, he quietly stuffed it into the lock of the small window, so that even if the prison guard locked it, the small window could be opened with a push. And he reached out from the small window to try the password, up to 24 times, and he could quickly get it right. However, in order not to be seen by surveillance cameras, the whereabouts of the prison guards must be known in advance. Breslin was always listening to the sounds outside. He could tell from the sound of closing and opening the door that after the prison guards sent him back to the cell every day, they would go out to smoke and chat together. So there was no one in the monitoring room for 7 minutes every day, which was the loophole he was looking for. But what should he do after leaving the cell? Don't underestimate Breslin. He knows that all successful jailbreaks must have 3 elements: familiarity with the rules, familiarity with the layout, and support from outside. Breslin saw through the rules before, and he had figured out the layout early. When he first entered prison, Breslin observed everywhere and found that this strict prison had a weak point, which was the fire station next to the prison. The only problem was that only the small dark room was close to Breslin, so he deliberately caused trouble and gave a man a severe lesson, and then was locked up in the small dark room by the prison guards as punishment. So when he tried out the password to leave the small dark room, he found the ventilation pipe connected to the fire station and climbed in. While the prison guards were slacking off, Breslin had climbed out of the ventilation duct next to them, arrived at the fire station, and quickly changed into the spare firefighting clothes here. At this time, the third element is needed to meet up, to make an appointment with the partners outside, and to detonate a car at this time. When there is a fire alarm, the fire truck will be dispatched, and Breslin will hide under the fire truck and follow the car to the scene of the incident. When he came out from under the car, everyone was in a hurry, and no one would notice that he got into his companion's car and successfully escaped from prison. But Breslin is not a criminal. He is a master of prison escape, employed by the Federal Bureau of Prisons to test the security of every maximum security prison across the country. The test method is to be locked up with a fake identity and then escape by yourself. In 7 years, Breslin has tested 15 maximum security prisons, and none of them locked him up. Until that day, people from the CIA came to him and said that there was a mysterious prison that was specially designed to hold bad guys that no country was willing to take in. The CIA wanted to test whether this prison was safe, but they didn't even know where it was. This was very dangerous, but Breslin agreed. It was soon going to be the day he would be caught. Before setting off, just in case, the assistant inserted a GPS locator into Breslin's arm. Once outside, Breslin was arrested, but he didn't expect these people to be surprisingly violent. They first made him fall to the ground for a second, and then, as if they knew it in advance, they directly picked out the GPS in his arm with a tool, and finally injected a sedative into his neck to make him faint.